You've seen through this video series what helpful leadership can become. You've seen what happens when identity, clarity, and culture align. And you've seen the unity and momentum I call coalescence. And if identity first leadership and experiencing coalescence resonated with you, the next step is the CoreC leadership pathway. The framework in the CoreCs we covered is the start of personal formation. The pathway helps you live it. Hey leaders, I'm Jeff, the founder of CoreC Leadership and your guide on this identity first, truly inside out leadership journey. Thank you for walking through this CoreC Leadership Framework video series with me. You've taken the time to slow down, reflect, and look at your leadership, beginning with identity, beginning with your core. This work isn't quick, it isn't flashy, but it's the kind of work that creates change that lasts. Over these videos, we've walked through the CoreC Leadership Framework, an identity first, truly inside out way of leading that begins with who you are and moves outward into how you lead and how your team shows up for everyone your leadership touches. It starts with calling at the center, or the core, because your leadership begins with identity, purpose, and grounded presence. It then moves to the ring of personal CoreCs, starting with caring, the first outward expression of identity, the 360-degree posture that shapes every relationship your leadership touches. Then character, the alignment among what you believe, what you say, and what you do. And then competence, the mechanics of leadership expressed through capability, mastery of the leadership craft, and judgment. It then moves to the outer ring of the collective CoreC, starting with clarity, creating shared understanding of what matters most. Then to culture, the shared norms and relational patterns for how we do the work together. And finally, coalescence, the unity and momentum that emerges when we get it all right. Together, the CoreCs form a leadership life that's grounded, relational, and sustainable. If you've made it this far, you've already done something most leaders never do. You've paused long enough to look beneath the surface. You've listened, you've reflected, you've questioned, you've noticed things about your leadership that matter. And that's the beginning of real growth, or dare I say the word, transformation. And here's what all of this makes possible. When leaders begin living the CoreCs, those leaders and their teams experience real, observable outcomes, things you can feel and measure. Things like less burnout and emotional exhaustion, less staff turnover and volunteer churn, improved satisfaction and engagement, fewer fires and less reactivity, clearer decisions and more consistent execution, healthier communication and conflict navigation, more shared ownership, and more joy in the work. These aren't corporate KPIs. They're the lived experience of healthier leadership, and they typically result in more mission achievement and impact. And I should say this too, CoreC leadership was built specifically for leaders who don't typically receive the leadership support they deserve. It's designed for churches, nonprofits, and smaller businesses. Leaders who want an identity-first approach rather than starting with assessments. Leaders who want small group environments where they can be honest, not impressive. Leaders who will grow best working with an experienced, committed guide to walk alongside them. CoreC leadership is accessible, flexible, relational, and intentionally crafted for leaders who carry a lot, often without a lot of support. The CoreC leadership pathway is the guided way to begin to live the framework in your daily leadership, in your team, in your relationships, and across your organization. It's practical, it's personal, and it meets you right where you are. The pathway begins with the foundation, a series of interactive, collaborative CoreC workshops designed specifically for people leaders. These workshops take you deeper into the framework and the CoreCs to give you the shared language, the process, the clarity, and leadership formation you need before you begin practicing the CoreCs in real time. Ideally, a church, nonprofit, or small business leadership team would go through the workshops together because shared language accelerates alignment and growth. But we can create multiple organization groups for the workshops if that's the right fit. After the foundation is set through the workshops, the pathway opens into practice areas where you begin to live the framework. Leaders can choose to continue into personal practices like peer practice groups that allow leaders to practice alongside other leaders, sharing real moment challenges and applying the CoreCs together. One-on-one guidance is available for personalized support for leaders who want deeper support, clarity, or accountability. Team and organization practices are also available on the pathway. Team alignment labs are focused opportunities to bring a leader's team together into the CoreC progression, creating clarity, advancing culture, and strengthening alignment through interactive time. Organizational integration weaves the CoreC leadership formation and practice model across your organization's leadership practices and rhythms. And lastly, fractional leadership is available as a deeper partnership for a season, creating operational stability or guiding a transformation. After the workshops, you have flexibility. You choose the practices on the pathway that fit your season, your team, and your context. The pathway meets you where you are and moves with you as you grow. So if the framework has stirred something in you, if you sense that you're ready for a deeper, steadier way of leading, I would be genuinely honored to walk with you. Not because I need clients, but because I believe leaders deserve support, clarity, and a trusted guide. To be completely candid, I would love to put my calling in this season into action alongside you. And I believe both the CoreC leadership framework and pathway are exactly what some leaders and their teams need to achieve their desired impact. But only you can know if this is the right moment for you, your team, and your organization. If you ever want to explore what the pathway might look like in your context, I'm here. No pressure, no sales pitch, just a conversation when the time is right for you. You don't have to navigate all this alone. You don't have to carry all of this by yourself. You have an experienced, committed guide and a framework and pathway built to help you thrive in your context. So thanks again for joining me in this video series. I sincerely hope you found it worth your time. And as you continue your leadership journey, please listen deeply, walk faithfully, and bring others with you.